Hello guys and welcome to Sim UK. Today we've got our penultimate episode of Bus Sim 18. That's right, I've kind of had enough of it. I'm not enjoying the series. Now unfortunately this recording was recorded 2 days ago, but in my ongoing PC issue combat zone situation that I've got going on here, basically, when I plug one thing in, something else turns off, and what happened was my microphone turned off or disconnected, although it still had enough power going to it to turn the little red light on at the front that indicates that it's actually working. The lying son of a... So, we are going to be recording over the top of the recording, if that makes sense. So, yes, this is the penultimate. What we need to do in our current objective is to drive and generate income on a route with maximum 7 stops that connects Central Bus Station, 1 stop, and Port Amber with 4 stops minimum. So it's a minimum of 5, maximum of 7, and yeah, basically we need to get it done. Now I have to say, in terms of speaking and recording, I recorded this video 2 days ago, but in my ongoing fight with my PC, my microphone disconnected. It still had enough power to put the red light on, but yeah, it didn't actually record any audio. So we're recording this a couple of days later over the top of the video. So we are set, round trip is on, let's start the trip. There's a national holiday today, more people than usual will take the bus. Fan dabby bloody dozy. Now if I recall, I hadn't actually turned on my controller, so I was having to do this with the keyboard and mouse. That's why it's a bit jerky. Apologies for that, but we do get there in the end, so it's not a big deal. So this is probably one of my favourite buses, even though it looks like somebody's had a horrendous sort of, I'm going to say vomit attack, but really I'm thinking the other end. But I'm not going to say it because it's absolutely disgusting. That's what it looks like inside, and maybe I ought to think about having that repainted or whatever. And don't worry guys, I know some of you are following along and completing missions at the same time as I am, and I apologise to you, but I do need to have a break from this. I'm just not enjoying it. That means, oh, clip the top of the bus on the door there, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to come back to it and fix it another time. So just bear that in mind. Now, we're going to be coming in here on platform 5 at a very high rate of knots, because every time I pull out of the garage I always forget that I don't have the retarder on. But we managed to sneak and slither our way around there, and there's me putting the retarder on and the doors are open. It would be nice to come back to this game when the button configuration options are fixed, when the performance is a bit better than it is now, and yeah, just have a bit of a break from it. Now, I'm not supposed to be doing Let's Play videos, or rather I'm not focusing my attention on Let's Play videos, but for a long time I've wanted to play Farm Sim 17. I even started it a little while ago. So that's what's going to replace this. Now, my Let's Play videos are not going to be probably they're not anyway. They're not all going to be brilliant. They're not all going to be perfect. They're not all going to be edited within an inch of their lives. I'm just going to play the game on Twitch. And apologies to those of you on Twitch who have seen nothing of me this month. My PC problems are just so bad. But I've got a new GTX 1080 Ti to install. That's going to help performance issues on many fronts. And when I do that, I'm going to be completely stripping and rebuilding not only my PC but my office again. I had put together a video. Don't do there, listening to music. I had already put together a video showcasing my new studio or my new office space, but it's going to change again. So when that's finished, I shall be uploading that. Now, to be fair to my Patreons, and it's kind of you know, a thank you from me, that video will be going live to them first, and you guys will get access to that video a week or 2 later. So just bear that in mind. It might take a couple of weeks before you get to see that. But yeah, all this stuff is going to be happening. Now, I am minimum looking to get together at least one review a week. Now, reviews from Sim UK are incredibly in-depth. They take a lot of time, they take a lot of effort. I have to record the footage, I have to document what I see, the good, the bad, and the indifferent. I then need to create a script. Then I need to record that script, then I need to edit that recording, and sometimes I need to record it 3 or 4 times over and put it together so that it sounds at least somewhat coherent. Sometimes they are better than others, sometimes they sound like this. But overall, it's a long process. So playing a game like this, for example, Bus Sim 18, a 25-minute episode will take me 25 minutes to record. Sometimes if I get it wrong, I might have to do it twice. So we're looking at maybe an hour tops to record an episode of Bus Sim 18. Editing on that, probably the same amount of time as it took to record. So you're looking at maybe 4 hours, then you need to upload it, do the admin, etc. So maximum you're looking at maybe 6 hours per episode, but normally it's a bit less than that. It's sort of, you know, around the 3 mark, I'd say. And if you do like a bulk recording of 2 or 3 episodes at the same time, then, you know, you sort of cut down your editing and admin time because you can sort of process things a bit quicker in that way. So in comparison, making a review video is a minimum of 48 hours. 48 hours minimum just to get one review out, and that's even for a small showcase, you know, game that nobody really knows about, and you know, it doesn't have a lot of depth. It's not the most in-depth or exciting game in the world, but it does need to have a genuine, well thought out, honest, fact-based review. That's exactly what Sim UK is all about. Now, on the back of that, we need views. And sometimes we get a lot of views. Sometimes we get sort of 30, 40, 50, 60,000 views on the back of a review. Now that's fantastic, but what we're talking about there is £3 or £4 in British money for at least 2 days work. Sometimes it's 7 days work. I mean, some of my reviews have taken me 7 days or more on some occasions. So these reviews are extremely time consuming. They are system demanding. They take up a lot of my time, a lot of my resources, and all I'm asking is, this is the thing, if 45,000 people watch that video and it helps half of them to make a good, well-informed decision about whether or not they want to buy that game, then that's 20,000 people who could give me a thumbs up. And out of that 20,000 people, half of them could think that review was good enough and helped me enough, and I appreciate the time and effort that's gone into making that video, that I'm going to donate a couple of pounds to the channel so that they can make more reviews on games that I'm interested in. Now, out of those 20,000 people, if you all donated £2, then that's £40,000 for the year. You wouldn't have to donate anything to me again for the entire year if you didn't want to. Of course you can if you want to. We do have a Patreon page. If you feel that the content we create is justifiably worthy of a contribution each month, then, you know, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Or as I heard the other day and made me giggle, from the heart of my bottom, which I did, you know, I am a child at heart, really, I suppose. But oh, what are we doing here? Going into settings, all graphics, and we're indicating that since we took that mod out, we can now run on high, and we're getting nearly 60 FPS. That mod was definitely causing me problems, and I think that was the beginning of the end of me enjoying Bus Sim 18. So I do need to take a break from it so that I can come back and enjoy this game, because it's a great game, but all the lag and the issues and the problems that I've had around this game have just kind of put me off it. So just to clarify that. Back to what I was saying, the important stuff. Yeah, so out of those 20,000 people, if they just donated £2 one time in a year, then that is enough money for me to pay my bills, keep my kids and wife fed, and buy the games, because a lot of game developers will not provide small YouTube channels like myself with a review copy of their game. Partly because they're only really interested in promoting their game. They don't really want it to be reviewed / analysed by somebody who tells the truth. Now, sometimes that's because their game is rubbish, and they know it is. Sometimes it's because they just want the sales. So they'll give it to a reviewer, and I'm not going to start mentioning names, but I'm sure you can pick one or two yourselves. And their quote-unquote reviews basically evolve around telling you all the good stuff. Basically reiterating the blurb or the sales pitch that the marketing team behind that game have provided them. And that's basically their review. Now, I think we're all smart enough and old enough and honest enough to say that is not a review. That is nothing like a review. If you have a review and you've got nothing negative to say or constructive criticism to provide, you haven't even reviewed the game. You haven't even taken the time to look under the hood. Sometimes on the top layer of a game, it is exceptional and everybody gets excited. A really good example of this is Fernbus Coach Simulator's new DLC, the Bundesliga DLC. Now that is brilliant. It's a game changer. It's absolutely epic. But if you start looking underneath the good stuff that's on the top, you start seeing a few little niggly things that they're not game breakers, but they could definitely be improved or changed, or there's bits that's missing, or there's stuff that should be there that isn't there, or you can start questioning, you know, well, why is it done this way and not the other way? Don't turn down there. Don't turn down there, you foolish mortal. Why is my GPS zoomed out so far? Blast almighty, I've taken a wrong turn there. Go back round, you foolish mortal. It's things like that that irritate me on this game. I mean, you look at the GPS on the left, it's crystal clear, but it's too zoomed out, and I don't know what the button is to zoom in. You look at the one on the right, which is the one I want to use because of realism, and it's all blurry. You can't see a flipping thing. It's equally zoomed out, but it's not even crystal clear. Anyway, I'm going to stop moaning about this game because otherwise I won't stop. Again, I mean, this is a good example. Bus Sim 18 on the outside, on the top layer, it's a fantastic game, and I've got to say the multiplayer aspect of it is absolutely extraordinary. But you start digging down underneath, it has got problems. I mean, it would be hard for me to find a game that doesn't have problems. So when I see a review and there's nothing negative, or the one negative thing they say is, I think colour saturation is a bit off, but other than that, it's absolutely perfect. I just think, no, you're not looking hard enough. You're not taking the time. You're not making a review. So that is my request to you guys. We make literally nothing on this channel, and like I say, a lot of these game developers that you want to see reviews on will not provide their games to me for review purposes. Now if I had 40, 50, 60, 70,000 subscribers and our videos were getting that many views each time we put a video up, and hopefully we'll get there one day, that will happen, but in the short term I'm gonna have to ask, and I hate doing it, for contributions from you guys. Now, although I hate doing it, I have looked at this from a cost, a value perspective, from your value perspective, and I think if you donated just £2 a year to our channel, then we can provide you reviews all year. We're talking minimum 52. I'm hoping to double that up, maybe even get a treble in there if the whole process can be streamlined somehow, which I'm sure it can with a faster PC or even a second PC to do rendering and so on. I do have a second PC here to render, but it's very slow. Anyway, it's very old. It's very old, very small, very unpowered. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, obviously, you know, I still have other jobs that I have to do in order to feed you know, earn enough money to feed the family and so on and so forth. So if you just donated, everybody who watched a review and enjoyed it, if they just donated a couple of pound each for one video out of the entire year, then that will cover the cost of all of our PC upgrades, buying the games, buying the equipment, the microphone, the USB connectors, the cameras, the recording equipment. I mean, all this stuff costs money, and a small contribution a year from you will ensure that SimUK doesn't disappear from YouTube because we can't afford to sustain the channel. It will make sure that we have all the best and top simulation games available, whether the developer provides us with a copy or not. And moving on, by expanding the company, by making SimUK bigger, better, stronger and more prominent in the market, we can then start giving things back to you, because these big developer companies will be interested in your sale, and they will start giving us games, not just one, not just two, but 5, 10, 15. And then we can start doing giveaways. We can start giving back to the community. As the channel grows and expands and starts getting bigger and better, we could start doing PC gaming system giveaways. We could give away monitors. We can start hitting these big companies and getting hardware reviews in here, so you know which monitor's best, what's the best mouse, what's the best keyboard. This is all stuff that I'm interested in, and I swear to God, there are no really in-depth, honest, fact-based reviewers out there on YouTube that I would definitely believe their review on, and not believe that they are some way swayed by the fact that they want to keep that company sweet. I just don't believe it. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm requesting. Now, if you don't want to donate a couple of pounds to the channel, that's perfectly understandable. I'm not demanding it by any means. I'm requesting it. I'm saying, if you think we're giving you enough value to justify £2 a year, then please, if you can afford it, and only if you can afford it, obviously, last thing I want is to take away your food money or your baby's milk money. No, never do that. But if you can afford it and you think that that's money well spent, it's a justified investment, it's going to save me money in the long run, which is essentially what we're trying to do here, but you don't want to donate, okay, fine. Well, we have affiliate linked G2A gaming website where you can get games for Steam a lot less than Steam. Now sometimes it's £4 or £5 less, sometimes it's 20 to £30 less, and on very rare occasions it's even more than that. So what I'm saying to you is, if you don't want to donate a couple of pound a year, but you're interested, you watch the review and you say, do you know what, I believe what I've heard on the review, I know the good, the bad, I can now make an informed decision on whether or not I want to buy this. So then you go and buy it. But rather than just going to Steam and paying them £40 for the game, use the affiliate link in the description of this video and every video that's going to go up after this, and buy your game from G2A. Now if it's more expensive, okay fine, don't do it, but if it's cheaper, you're saving yourselves a couple of pounds, and out of the cost of that, SimUK get a couple of pounds too. Now it's not money in the bank, it's not money we can take out and spend, but it's money that we can spend on that website and buy more games, more simulation games that you want to see reviewed. We can actually buy them through there and save ourselves the cost of doing that. So it hasn't cost you anything more. In fact, it saved you money. It hasn't cost us anything because we're getting a £2 kickback. The only people who are losing out are G2A, and they're not losing out because they've made a sale. So it's a win-win-win situation, and I'll tell you what, win-win-win situations are very hard to come by. Now, doing it that way is all well and good. That ensures that we can get the games we need to review and make honest, fact-based reviews for you guys. But it doesn't financially supplement the channel. It doesn't help us upgrade our PC equipment. It doesn't help us pay our electricity bills. It doesn't put food on the table for my family. It's a brilliant win-win-win situation, but it's not the perfect win-win-win situation. So what we either need is a small contribution from from you this year, or we need you to share the videos, tell your friends about the channel, help us to grow quicker, because I am not a fan, nor am I an advocate of Facebook. I dislike Facebook on so many levels. The main thing I hate about Facebook is the way it looks. I find it to be very messy. I find it to be very noisy, very confusing. It's just ugly to look at. I don't like it at all. We do have a Facebook page, but I rarely, if ever, go on there to do anything because I just hate the platform so much. Now, Facebook, love it or hate it, is one of the quickest ways to grow and expand a company. But I just don't want to. I don't want to have to do Facebook just because of that. What I can ask, and what has always worked in the past, is word of mouth. Your friends will trust you more than they trust me, and that's right. And if you tell them that we make honest, fact-based reviews, and if you tell them that we are consistently making high-quality, fact-based reviews, then they will come and look. And if they enjoy it, they will stay. And maybe they'll contribute a couple of £1 a year. Now, just to say a couple of £1 a year, we do have, I've already said this, a Patreon page. If you think the content we're creating is justifiably worth a couple of £1 a month, you know, that equates to maybe £25 a year, then, you know, thank you so much. Any contribution at all is hugely appreciated, and it's impossible to make any real money on YouTube. And I'm not talking about making like huge profit. I'm not trying to be a millionaire. I'm not trying to be oh my god, what are they called? But they go into the Big Brother house. Celebrity. I'm not trying to be a celebrity. I'm trying to provide you guys, my fellow fans of sim games, honest, fact-based reviews so that you're well informed, you don't waste your money on crappy games, and you know, you can invest your money in good games and invest your time in good games, and you don't miss any good games. But on the other side, the flip side of that, my critical and analytical reviews have informed developers of problems. They have highlighted massive problems, and this has happened many times over. And the developers have fixed those problems, thereby making the game that they're selling better for you, better for me, and better for everybody, even if they haven't seen my channel. That is the key thing, and that's what's different about me and Sim UK than any other reviewer on YouTube as far as I'm concerned. I want to improve the game. I want to help the developers by giving the developers honest, fact-based, critical analysis. They can see the problems, they can understand why they're problems. Based on what I've said and the feedback that's coming through from you guys in the comment section, all they need to do is watch that video, read your comments, and they get a service from Sim UK that they would otherwise have to pay a lot of money for. User testing and feedback is an expensive game in the gaming industry, and they're getting it for free via Sim UK, and that's fine, because if it makes the game better for you and it makes the game better for me and everybody else who buys the game, then Sim UK has done something worthwhile. Sim UK has provided a service to you guys by initially reviewing the game, bringing concerns and good features to your attention, making suggestions to the developers, which they can then implement and return back to you. It's another one of those win-win-win situations, but it takes time to do these reviews. It takes money to have the equipment and the games to do it. And as we grow and expand and things improve and our subscriber numbers go up, and more importantly than that, because subscriber numbers are not important, I've discovered. Sim UK has over 12,000 subscribers, yet the majority of our videos get less than 1,000 views, less than 500 views. So subscriber numbers means absolutely nothing. Now, is it because these guys aren't getting alerts? I rather doubt it. I suspect that the people who have subscribed to us, these 12,000 subscribers, they've lost interest in the channel. And I did, admittedly, lose my way somewhat. There was hardly any simulation games on SimUK. And I don't just play sim games, so don't think that this is just going to be a simulation channel. I also play RCS games, strategy games. I also play any game that I deem to be realistic.
This parking position is just perfect.
So there's a lot of games that are covered by that. And we'll be reviewing everything. And we'll still be doing some Let's Plays in the background. Although, like I said, the Let's Play videos are going to be a little bit less focus and attention on. So there's going to be some good episodes, because, you know, I will have fun. But there's going to be some bad episodes. And one of the things a lot of people have said to me, you need to just chill out, relax and enjoy when you're playing your games. And I can't. I'm in complete critical analysis view 24/7. And I think maybe by doing the reviews all week and spending and burning all my energy off on those, that when I come to actually play the games, I can just relax and not really worry about it too much and just enjoy the game for what it is, be it good, bad or indifferent. Just seen a little pop-up come up in the corner for Ultimate Fishing Simulator there. That's interesting, isn't it? I've just made a review on that. Have you guys seen that review? Are you interested in fishing? It's a good game, I have to say. And yes, I am aware that Dovetail Games are bringing out Fish Sim World very soon. I have asked for a review copy, and there's no way they're going to send me one. I asked Dovetail Games for review copies on most of their games and DLCs. They've sent me one in the past 2 years, which admittedly I haven't actually completed a review on yet. It is coming in the next couple of weeks. It's a Train Sim World DLC. Rather annoyingly, I'd already bought the DLC, so they've sent me a DLC that I've already paid for. So, I mean, it doesn't actually help me out a great deal. But we will be getting these reviews out faster and thicker. Now, today, being August 28th, is my birthday. Happy birthday, me. I turned 40 today. 40. An old man. I have to be honest, when I was a young man, I was a very different person. And I really didn't think I was going to make it this far. So it's quite a surprise that I'm here today. But things have changed. I have children to look after now. I have responsibilities outside of myself that supersede myself. But it's kind of a catch-22 situation there. You have to look after yourself first, otherwise you can't look after anybody else. And it's so easy to forget to look after yourself. And one of my bugbears, or one of my faults, one of my worst faults, is that I am a chronic workaholic. I have so many wonderful ideas, and I just want to get everything done and completed, and I just want to do more and be better and create more content and be better at creating content and make sure that the content I'm creating is better and cover more games and reach more people and help more people. But that is taking up a lot of my time, huge amounts of my time. And the complexities around working out of it, I am literally, my office, and you'll see this when the office video goes up, I am literally working in a 6x6 square, and half of that space is taken up with my desk and my monitors and my PC. It's a very tight environment in order to work, and it's very difficult because anything I get out, any equipment that I get out, has to be put away again. Now, going back to the contribution, if you guys just contributed the small if 100,000 people watched our reviews over the period of a year, 100,000 people, that's a couple of thousand people per video. If they just contributed a couple of pound each for one of those videos that they deemed was good quality and helped them make an informed decision on a purchase, then that would pay not only for the games and future reviews and equipment and electricity, etc., that we need in order to make the reviews in the first place, but it would also go a long way towards getting a shed in the garden, or an office space away from here, where I have some quiet, where I have some time and I have some space And that will make Sim UK, just got a speeding violation, god damn it. That will make Sim UK way more productive. Because one thing we don't have at the moment is time, space and quiet. I know that's 3 things. The one thing we don't have is these 3 things. But that's true. Red light, red light, red light, you foolish mortal. Keep going. You've already gone through it now. So that's basically what I'm saying, guys. This is our penultimate Bus Sim 18 video. We have pretty much, I think we've done okay on this. I think we should, if this is the video I think it is, then we should tick off that penultimate test that we need to do, leaving us just one more to complete, which we'll do on Thursday, and that will be the last one. That will be the last Bus Sim 18 for a while. And in its place will be Bus Sim 7, no it won't, it will be Farm Sim 17. Now I'm really excited by that game. It's very chilled out, very relaxed, and that's something I definitely need in my life right now, something chilled out and relaxed. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting into that. And at some point I'd like to open up a multiplayer server. Now my PC is in a bit of a state at the moment, so it's not going to happen immediately. All of the gameplay that I'm going to be making is going to be on Twitch. That is where I will be recording these episodes. So if you want to come along to Twitch and join in and contribute, please do. Please do. And my heartfelt, humble apologies to all of those guys who have subscribed to us on Twitch and then we haven't put any content up. I don't know what's wrong with my PC, but my birthday this weekend, I'm going to be away. When I get back, I'm going to be stripping the PC out. I'm going to be rebuilding the office, putting it all back together. I have a sneaky suspicion I might know what's causing the problem. I have an extension USB cable connecting my USB hub, and it's been fine for a very long time, but I suspect that might be what's causing the problem. So by moving my PC closer to my monitors and stuff, I should be able to eliminate that cable, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that will fix all the problems. But contributions from you guys will help me to replace old and dated hardware and cables and make things better. So that's really what this is. It's a call to arms. It's a request. It's a business opportunity. It's, I don't know. It's all of those things and then some. So I'm going to kick all these guys off the bus. We're going to take the bus back to the depot and park it up and see whether or not we've completed this mission. Let me know in the comments section what you think about what I've said today. I'm not pushing. I'm not pushy. I'm not demanding anything. I am humbly requesting you consider what I've proposed and think about it. And you don't have to do anything today or next week or the week after. But when you watch a video from Sim UK and you know how many hours it's taken to produce that video, if that video really helps you, if it really entertains you, then please just consider the price of a cup of coffee. If you walk down the street and £2 fell out of your pocket, you probably wouldn't worry about it too much. When you got home and realised you'd lost that £2, it probably wouldn't ruin your day. But it could really make a huge difference to us here on Sim UK. That's all I'm saying. Alright, let's get positive here and let's get this goddamn mission completed. Lights off. Engine off. Out of gear. Open that door. Thank you very much. Go tidy the bus up. That's it, into neutral, well done. Get up. Go check. I still think you should get extra XP points for locking the doors and doing this properly. Oh, look at that. Rubbish everywhere. Perfect. Incidentally, Fernbus Coach Simulator's new DLC. I'd love it if that had rubbish inside the coach. Wouldn't that be fantastic? How did we do? We're nearly at level 14. We could rank up here. 1, 2, 3, 4 stars. Level 15. We have unlocked the Cetra S418LE business. Excellent. Well, in the next episode, we'll buy that bus and we'll complete the final mission. Hopefully we've completed this. Yes! Wonderful. That's ticked off, that's done, and we've just got this one last drive to do. So please join me for the last current episode of Bus Sim 18, where we will complete this mission and put this game to bed for a little bit and replace it with some Farm Sim 17. Thanks for watching, take care of yourselves. Until next time, goodbye for now.